Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you very much for being here. We have the pre-match press conference for Jamaica against Curacao in the World Cup qualifiers. We're joined by the head coach of the Jamaica Senior Men's National Team, Coach Steve McClaren. Alongside him, Reggae Boy Kaheem Dixon. We'll now open the floor for questions from media. Please raise your hand, and once you're indicated, you can be able to pose your question either to Coach McClaren or to Kaheem. Chris, you want to start us off?
Yeah, first question is for the coach. Coach McClaren, big match. Win and you go to the World Cup. Anything less than that, you go to the playoffs. How do you prepare the team mentally for this type of game, especially at the National Stadium?
You know, it's many people have asked me, what about the last game? I've said I think for 16 months it will always go down to the last game, and I said it at the beginning of the group stage, and so it is. And I think the best thing for us is that it's a win. It's a win. When you play for a draw or a win, you are a little bit in between, and I don't think we can be in between tomorrow. We have to be front foot aggressive and go for the win. That's our mentality. So that's what we'll go for.
Kaheem, question for you as well. You're never the one to shy from the big moments, from Clarendon College up until now. How do you normally get yourself ready for these type of moments? Getting yourself in crucial spaces, scoring goals, maybe getting an assist. But how do you normally prepare yourself for moments like this?
Like usually, I always prepare myself, do the right stuff, on and off the pitch, and that's what matters most. On the day, it will just happen naturally. You don't have to prepare for it. Once you do the right thing on and off the pitch, then it just comes naturally.
Thanks, Chris. Go ahead.
Hello, you're coming from a 2-0 defeat from Curacao. What did you learn from that game, and what are your tactics going to be concerning that loss?
Yeah, that was disappointing. We didn't start the game well, so we must start the game well tomorrow. That's a big lesson. And we had chances to win the game. When you look at the stats after the game, we had more chances on target, and we should have scored in that game. Had a goal disallowed for I don't know what, but so we knew we were in with a chance in that game. The start was poor, so we've got to start well tomorrow, and that's the message to the team, is to be front foot first 20 minutes, and the game is over 95 minutes. We know what we must do. There's no in between. We must win.
Ian?
Yes, Coach, I noticed Kaheem sitting beside you. I might assume that you'll be on the starting line tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow, But what I do know about Kaheem, when I first came, I seen some little bits of him. This is one of the reasons why I love this job, is because I get to work with people like Kaheem. There's that smile, and there's that energy, and there's that enthusiasm, and that's what we've needed throughout. And I've been here 18 months, and he provides that. With his move to England and to Charlton especially, who've looked after him, he's developed. You can see that. Look at, he didn't have a body 18 months ago. Now he's got a body, and he's a man, and it's good. He's playing at Crawley, and that's a tough division to play in. And you can see the benefits that he's had in his performances for Jamaica. So whether this man now, whether he starts or comes on, he is one of the most important players in the Jamaican team and squad. Believe you me.
Thanks, Ian. Wayne?
Yeah, Coach, the 2-0 defeat in the Mets, that 2-0 away defeat to Curacao, you'd have taken notes at the end of the game as to what you did right, what you didn't do right, and what to correct it. The dynamics are different now, same team. Those notes you took there, will they apply to how you prepare the team for tomorrow, or because the dynamics have shifted, you've changed?
Yeah, obviously I think we had some issues in that game, but most definitely it's a different squad, we'll be a different team, but what we've got is a hell of a good squad. Everybody's available, everybody's fit, and we've got a good squad. So this game's over 95 minutes. Number one, we must start well, and number two, we must finish well. And that's the key to it. So what we learned from Curacao was that they're a very good team. When you look at their performances in the Gold Cup, and they didn't go out of the group stage, their games were so close. They were drawing, they were losing games in the last minute. They deserve to collect more points in the Gold Cup. We've seen their quality in this World Cup qualifying group. And you know, when you beat a team, any team, 7-0, you've got to give them respect, which we really do. But it's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to the people of Jamaica. This is why we're doing it. A lot for selfish reasons, to want to do it for yourself, for your family. But when you've looked at the horrific scenes of the last 2 weeks, and we've been shown and told, and you know, the people on the island know it, they're very close. Us coming from the UK players and staff, you know, we have been told, we have been shown, we know the effects of what that hurricane has done for many, many people on the Jamaican island. And we want to do it for them. You know, that's a message from the team. That's not necessarily a message from me. We want to do it for them. We've had messages sent to us from people in the areas that have been hit, and you know, the message from them, at least for a week, give us a smile on our faces that we can, that Jamaica, the Reggae Boyz, can give us hope for the future. That's on everybody's shoulders, and especially the players who perform tomorrow night.
Laurie?
Hi Steve. You've been involved in some huge matches in your career, New Camp, England, FC Twente, FA Cup final, Manchester United recently, you left to come and beat Jamaica MUST. What can you draw from those experiences, and if you're able to achieve this, how would this rank in your career?
I mean, this is why I took the job in the first place and left Manchester United to come here. I knew Jamaica from my work with FIFA. I knew the potential, and I knew that this was a great opportunity this year to qualify for the World Cup. So from day one, for the last 18 months, that's been the focus. And I remember saying to the staff the first day, and I said it when the group stages were drawn, this will always come to the last game, always come to the last game. And yeah, you're absolutely right, the experience that I required. But you know, Curacao have got exactly the same. We got Big and we must say, you know, I hope he's had to go back home to I think his wife, who has fallen ill. So our prayers and our thoughts are also with fellow coaches, so Dick at this very time. But him and his staff, they're more experienced than me. And so this is a game of what happens on the field. Picking the right team, the people who can impact. The game's over 95 minutes, how you start, the middle, how you finish. And I think we've all got experience of that. It comes down to 11 players versus 11 players, always in the end. And a little bit of luck, and God willing, we get that look, or we get that bounce of the ball, that decision that you need to win games. Hope everything comes and falls our way, and then we've got a chance. And we're at home, in front of our home fans, and if you'd have asked me 18 months ago, that's what will happen, and you'll work 18 months for it, I go, oh, can we jump to that quickly? Because the 18 months have been really hard. But all that hard work has been worth it to get to this point, and an opportunity, that's all it is, an opportunity to qualify. We must take it, grab it.
I'm sorry, Brian.
Coach, you speak about picking the right team. Casey Palmer has been an integral player for us. Before he probably wouldn't have started, but you recalled it recently. What are the possibilities of a future?
Yeah, unfortunately we've got you know, the likes of Casey, who got injured, very influential in the last camp, especially against Bermuda. And you know, the club, Hull City, have allowed him to come over here and continue his rehab, so he's not fit enough to be available for the squad. It's the same with Leon Bailey. Suffered an injury just before coming to camp, and we've been in contact with him, and you know, it's another one of them where his club need him to rehab in Rome, and need him to have scans this week. You know, and we'd love to have Leon over here supporting the team. We'd love to have Mikel as well, I think, who also is trying to get over. Casey has come over. So all these people who have been on the journey from the first day, we all want to get together because we know tomorrow is a huge night where we can make history.
Tyrone?
Coach, in our first game against Curacao, we lost 2-0. You said in your press conference that the first goal, it's very difficult for us to get back from the first goal. So, if we go down, one goal, do we have a plan to respond to that?
Yeah, I think that's one of the key things that you talk to any coach in football. They don't just plan for the beginning, they plan for after 20 minutes, some adjustments they have to make, half time, substitutes in the second half, last 10 minutes of the game. They're the crucial elements. And you're absolutely right, experience tells us that detail is the key. So how we see out the game, how we start the game, how we impact the game, we have to plan that before we go on there. Eventualities like, unfortunately, losing Richard King against Trinidad very early upset some of them plans, and we had to adjust to that. But you know, it's always plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, all the way through to Z.
Jordan?
Coach, do you look back at the last game and think of that there may have been any mistakes in team selection? And how do you use whatever insight gleaned from that last game into bringing into this game as it relates to team selection, starting 11 specifically?
Yeah, look, you know, it was very difficult the last game, picking a team. And if you'd have said, and we said to the players, if you'd have said, okay, Shamar, you start, you know, and he picked up a yellow and he wasn't available this game, I would, you know, I think that would be, I'd look and go, well, that's a mistake or a bad decision. I wouldn't say a mistake, because you make decisions and they're not really mistakes. They either work or they don't work. And so what we've got is, you know, Shamar is available, Ian Frey is available, Dexter is available, which is what we wanted for this game. And it really was a case of, you know, we were winning in Trinidad with 5 minutes to go. You know, we didn't defend or see out the game very well. We must plan for that tomorrow and make sure if we're in the same situation that we make the right decisions to make sure we see it through and win the game.
Donald?
Kaim, what's the spirit like in the camp? How are the boys gelling ahead of this crucial game tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the motivation is there. One, for the World Cup. Two, for the people of Jamaica who have suffered over the last 2 weeks in certain areas with the devastation of the hurricane. So the mood has been one of determination and focus, and know what they have to do, and just hope that we can execute that tomorrow.
Kaim?
All that said, like, the boys are locked in, the boys are focused, and that's what matters most. Like, we're not just doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for our diaspora and the people who have been hit in the West. Like, that's the people who are doing it for now, and that's what matters most. The boy already, like, now is not the time to panic, and that's what matters most.
Thanks, Donald. Eddie?
Yes, morning. Vision TV. Question for Coach and Kaim. Tomorrow promises to be a very emotional night, very tough night. Balance will be important in terms of attack and defense. How do you guys manage, plan to manage all of that?
That's a good question, and you're absolutely right. The balance is key to it. The game is over 95 minutes, and we tend to plan with that. I think energy and attitude are important, not just at the beginning, but also towards the end. So we will plan for that, and the players are prepared for that. We've got a strong squad, we've got a good bench, and everybody is focused and ready to contribute and put what I would say the egos aside for one sole purpose of winning this game.
Everyone is ready. Like the coach make the decision whether he starts or not. Like he just has to be ready. That's what matters more. That's the balance of the team. Like always be ready, even if it's 5 minutes. Just ready to play.
Yes, coach. Similar about team selection. As I said, the last game, some of the team selection was a bit baffling to us, and even some of the changes, just like bringing Deeper Henry in such a crucial game for his debut. We have seen even some of our top performers sideline for the main players, like MRI players, not really contributing to the last 6-7 games. Can we look forward to see what top performers coming out tomorrow night to ensure that all of the players that are out there, players who are performing for the national team in this latest spin, so we can get a better chance at getting sure that it's my perspective.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. People are given opportunities to play and must perform, and the players know that. So that's the focus, that's the message, that we must be ready tomorrow, and we must play the game of our lives. This is it, game of our lives. Could change everybody's futures and change everybody's rest of their lives. So focus, be ready, and perform at your, bring your A game. That's all we ask, bring your A game. We said to every player, be ready, 8 o'clock, your A game. On the bench, be ready. When you come on, A game.
Just tell me about Curacao, how you see them performing now, which is definitely a big obstacle there, and I confidence is high. They beat us in the first game. How difficult to see a team of that confidence coming here tomorrow?
Yeah, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Watch them in the Gold Cup, and they've seemed to have developed and grown. They've, you know, I think one player is from the island, so they've recruited a lot from Europe, especially from Holland. And it's kind of galvanised their group. It's kind of give them a good spirit, and they're in good form. They're in momentum. They scored 7 goals against Bermuda. They'll come here with probably no fear. We have to play with no fear. We have to play with freedom, because that's how Jamaica plays best. And once we do that, it's going to be a tough game, and it's going to be decided by moments. And God willing, the moments they fall for us.
Yeah, Kahim. Back in Curacao, the players came to the press conference room and told their fans outside the press conference room and in their press conference room that they're going to come to Jamaica and beat us in Jamaica. I want you to take that message back to the team. How do you feel about that message?
Oh, they have the same to say that the game doesn't play before, it played on the night. So let us see on Tuesday when it happens who will win. That's what matters most.
Finally, Coach, for you personally, just to dovetail on the question, you've had many big nights in your career. You're also famous for being sort of chill here. It's a no drama kind of guy, which can be good and can be bad. But yeah, it can be bad. It can be bad because it could breed complacency. But how do you feel personally? You, Steve McClaren, how do you feel? Are you get edgy and nervous given the high stakes and the fact that it could have implications on your future as a national coach?
It's not about me tomorrow. It's about the team, and it's about why I came here 18 months ago was because I saw an opportunity and I knew Jamaica well. So it's just an opportunity to come here, and we knew World Cup qualification was the goal. What I've had in the meantime, then 18 months, is an unbelievable experience. And that's what I've gathered all the way through my career, is experiences, and good and bad, victories, losses, disappointments, ridicule. I wouldn't ever say complacency, because you want to come into our hotel and our meeting rooms, there's no complacency in there. We have to be calm, we have to be relaxed, we have to do that. You make good decisions. But the 18 months I've had here, and knowing the Jamaica. It's been a fantastic experience. Personally, for me, the goal has always been World Cup qualification. But since coming on the island, the people I love, the man sat next to me now, he epitomizes Jamaica, and this is why I'm here, because every day you wake up and you see this, and it energizes you, and the enthusiasm of the players, whether they're local players or they're from the UK or from abroad, the buzz, the energy, the excitement has been brilliant. The experience of CONCACAF football has been unique for me, and I've had to learn lessons very quickly about CONCACAF football, because Caribbean football is different to Central America football, is different to North America football. So we've had different types of football in CONCACAF, which I've not experienced before. That has been fantastic experience and development for me. But the goal has been working with these players, working with the federation, trying to get everybody together. Along the way there'll be ups and downs, there'll be decisions, there'll be good, there'll be bad, they work, they don't work. What it's all worked towards is this one night, and I'm excited by it. I hope I'm a little nervous. I'd be very worried if I wasn't. And the anticipation of it, and the unpredictability, because we prepare very well, and we never prepare in a complacent way. We're always focused, we're always chilled. Jamaicans enjoy it, so we make them enjoy it, but we know on game day that focus has to be there, and that's what we aim for. 8 o'clock, staff, players, supporters, come here at 8 o'clock, be on time, sing the national anthem. Everywhere else we go, every country, the crowd, the fans, we can hear the national anthem. We want that from our players, our staff, our supporters tomorrow. Every advantage that you can think of playing at home, we have to take advantage of that. If we do that, we're a force to be reckoned with. Sticking together for 95 minutes will be key. Whatever happens, someone mentioned it, we may concede a goal early, we may go up, we may draw, we may be losing, we may be, how many games we have won in the last 10 minutes because we stayed in games. We need all of that tomorrow, and again, God willing, everything drops our way and we win the game.
Thank you very much, everyone. Official training at 10 o'clock.